Hello, my twinnies. Okay, we are going to do our twin flame check-in reading. Let's see what's going on for the Divine Feminines. As always, if you're new here, hi, welcome. I am Kim. I am a twin flame reader. I am a Divine Feminine, and I read for the Divine Feminine based on, I tap into my Divine Masculine's energy when I do these readings, and I ask with the intention that, that the Divine Masculine brings me information on what's going on in my journey, and those who are on the same journey or, in a similar collective or something like that, okay? So if this message resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, that's cool. So we're starting off with the Sacred Cycles Oracle, and I'm just going to ask the Divine Masculine to... Okay, first of all, the Divine Masculine wants to acknowledge the anxiety that the Divine Feminine is going through and the resurfacing of past fears. The mind is beginning to ruminate for some of these Divine Feminines, and we're going to find out why. We're going to find out the purpose of that. For me, just in the last hour or so, I've really felt these fears come to the surface, which is really interesting because I woke up feeling great, and now not so great. But we're going to see what this is about. There's nothing that's happened in my life to trigger these anxiousness or these anxious thoughts or this rumination. And a lot of the time for me on my journey, what comes up is very much the symptoms that I get are symptoms of my mental illnesses and the things that I struggle with. But they're tied to attachment relationship with my Divine Masculine. So just a little bit of a backstory. This is not going to, obviously resonate for everyone, but I feel that there's a need for me to share. I'm already over explaining myself today, so that could be something that you're doing or that you're having trouble with, but let's see. We've got cervix. Okay. So this is a new deck to me. But this, if I had to guess, this is talking about being open and opening up. So these fears, intuitively, I feel like, or this anxiousness that's coming in, this is to further open us back up. Because over the last couple of months, we have been having these fears, me and a couple of other Divine Feminines have been having these fears, these abandonment fears, or these fears of, just intense fears of infidelity, things like that. And sorry, I just got distracted. My sister's downstairs sneezing. Sorry. Fears of infidelity and things like that. I've just noticed that this woman, she's wearing braids, and her braids are covering the cervix. And my sister has just French braided my hair, so that's really interesting. Let's just read it. Okay, I know what is best for me. Acting as a sacred boundary and gateway, the cervix protects the sanctum of the womb space, located at the end of the vaginal canal. It shifts position and shapes throughout the hormonal... Love you, bye!
I just walked in my boot.
Be careful. I'll come down and shut the garage.
I just closed it.
Oh, thanks. All right, love you.
Love you.
Bye, drive safe. Let me know when you get there. It shifts position and shape throughout the hormonal cycle, expanding, contracting, releasing fluids, and adjusting as needed to the sacred body's energetic experience. This threshold invites you to acknowledge your boundaries and edges of comfort. Ooh, that's interesting. This threshold invites you to acknowledge your boundaries and edges of comfort. It is time to consider the relationships, contracts, and connections in your life. Find clarity around who and what is rooted in integrity and where your trust has been earned or broken. With this comes the balancing act between safely de-armoring the blockades constructed from fear or trauma and empowering your own discernment. This process is slow and steady, no need to rush. Allow yourself the time and space to connect with the wisdom of this inner boundary and apply its guidance to your experience. This process is slow and steady, no need to rush. Allow yourself the time and space to connect with the wisdom of this inner boundary and apply its guidance to your experience. So for those who want a journal prompt, it says, where in my life and with whom do I need more or fewer boundaries? Okay, so yeah, this is really about the fears coming up, knowing, also having a good understanding of, you know, what is safe and what isn't. Because a lot of us are feeling quite unsafe right now due to our fears, due to our trauma, things like that. All right, let's have a look. This is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Thank you, Divine Masculine. What messages do you have for what the Divine Feminine is going through today? And just a little side note for those who are new here, the reason why I address the Divine Masculine is because the Divine Masculine leads in the 3D, okay? So whatever I'm experiencing in the 3D, with my body, with my vessel, with my life, my world, whatever it is I'm experiencing in the 3D, I know that it has been brought about by the masculine from the 5D, okay? So we lead in the 5D, so for whatever reason, we have both said, okay, this is what we're to do in the 3D, but the Divine Masculine is the initiator in the 3D. So that's why I address the Divine Masculine's higher self, to see what's going on in the 3D for us and how to come about this. What is this anxiety? Move, okay? So this is bringing us closer and deeper. Here, this is the hand fasting ceremony, okay? I actually feel the need to read that. Got third eye chakra, so clarity is coming. Having a deeper understanding and awareness. Oh, I turned right to it. Act, direct, master, discipline, focus, and effort. It says, now is the time to be proactive regarding matters of the heart. If you're looking for a relationship, take the initiative to find one. This card is about action, action, action. If your current relationship is not moving in the direction you wish, do whatever is required to shift the direction. You're the master of your own destiny, and that includes your relationships. Don't wait for others to make the first move or to set the tone of the relationship. Take charge. Creating and sustaining a good relationship requires discipline. It's not enough to be in a relationship. You must invest in it as well. And this, I think, is talking about why the opening up of the cervix, going deeper. There could be some sexual trauma as well. And also, because we're talking about the female genitalia here, mother wound here, which has caused these divine feminines to close up, hence why this anxiety is coming up when we're being asked to go deeper. This card is essentially saying it's time for us to go deeper, and the divine masculine is saying things are on track, okay, but we need to keep moving. Things need to keep going. Like, you haven't yet closed this cycle. We got a bit of a break a couple of weeks ago, but that doesn't mean that things are fixed just because you hadn't felt that anxiety for 2 weeks, or that those fears stopped, those intrusive thoughts of those fears stopped coming through. That doesn't mean that that wound is completely healed yet. We need to continue working through it. There must be some stuff that's sort of still there. And this is the Chariot. The traditional tarot card archetype is the Chariot. While rewarding relationships required... there's something about boundaries here I just saw too, sorry. Now is the time to focus on your needs and the needs of your partner. Make the effort to maintain healthy boundaries, for yourself, and to respect the boundaries of others. While rewarding relationships require effort, there must be a balanced effort from both partners. I take charge of my relationships. Okay, all right, beautiful. Divine Masculine, so just continue to elaborate, please. So things are continuing to move forward. This is what the Divine Masculine is saying. They're saying things are moving forward and we need to keep moving forward. So anytime that things are like going good, that's just a moment for you to stop and bask in what's going on for you. Be really present. And the moments where things start to feel like they've gone bad, right? When you have that black and white thinking from, oh, things are going so good and now things are going shit again, whatever. When you have those bad moments aren't actually bad moments. They're just moments of, okay, we need to keep going. We need to keep working through this so that we can have more moments of basking and being present. So tell us more, Divine Masculine. Challenging times, literally. Moving through the challenging times. these challenging times that are coming up don't require us, well, they might require us to stop and have a look and gather information, but they're not trying to stop us in our tracks and actually get us down and defeat us. And I think a lot of the time that's where our minds can go, especially if we've endured a lot of trauma. Okay, a lot of the times we feel like the world is against us, or like everything is against us. And the last week, it has felt like everything has been against me. The universe, my spirit team, my partner, it's felt like everything in my career is crashing, nothing's working, nothing's moving forward, and it's because I need to start addressing those things now. That's what it's asking me to do. It's not asking me to stop and give up. It's asking me to address what's going on and keep moving forward, and it's the same for all of us. Look, we've got love on the bottom of the deck. Seek the truth. Yeah, ask those deeper questions. That's what the Divine Masculine is saying. Okay, so what is required of us then? Dreams coming true. So this ties into my last reading. I think it was my last reading where it said the Divine Masculine is guiding the Divine Feminine to their dreams, to fulfilling their dreams. And this message is supporting that. It's like the Divine Masculine's like coaching us right now. It's like being our coach, being our manager. Not in like a retail setting, but like coaching us through this. Believe and succeed. Like, you can do this. Now is the time. Like, it's almost like the Divine Masculine's high self obviously knows, but the Divine Masculine in 3D has this inner uncontrollable knowing. That's what I'm getting. Uncontrollable knowing. And I've got my notes up here to bring me that white light from the computer, and my eyes just on Aries completely. I don't know if you saw that, but Aries is taking action. Aries is making shit happen. So the Divine Masculine has this like this Aries energy where they're like, we need to, like, they have all the ideas and all the knowledge on what's happening for you and your purpose, and also theirs, but they're guiding you toward your purpose. And what these feelings that are coming up inside you, they're not trying to tell you what you're doing is wrong, or you shouldn't be doing that, give up. It's like, no, address it, because these feelings and these thoughts and this whatever is coming up for you, for me it's anxiety, that is what is in the way of making this happen. So the Divine Masculine's like, look at it, address it, so that we can move, so we can get things moving and we can move through the challenging times. That's all it is. It's like when we're sick, right? Those symptoms are our body's way of trying to tell us something, trying to communicate with us. So when we're having these symptoms of mental health or anxiety or whatever, it's asking us to look deeper at something. Joy and stability. The Divine Masculine is trying to help bring us, not trying to do it all on his own, but trying to help bring us to joy and stability. Teach. Okay, so tell us about teach here. Reach out. There's someone who can help, or maybe it's them. I don't know. Let me read the teach card. Advise, learn, wisdom, reflection, beliefs. And this could be like you sharing your knowledge on what you have learned on this journey so far. Maybe sharing your knowledge on something that you have. There's something special that you have. Like this, me doing this right now is embodying this card, right? So as you're sharing with others, the more you share with others, that brings you, there's multiple ways you can do that. TikTok, social media, podcasting, retreats, things like that, holding webinars, oh, I'm reading the wrong part there. When the opportunity arises, remember the shepherd, one who gently guides his sheep along the desired path. Use that same gentleness in guiding yourself or others. And that's also a double message there, because I feel like the Divine Masculine is saying, in this moment, in these challenging times, whilst we are trying to get things moving, look at all this solar plexus energy. And it's really interesting because the anxiety that I've been experiencing is right here in my solar plexus. I am guiding you. Let me be the shepherd in this. For whatever reason, they have knowledge or they have the understanding here. I don't know why or what would make that happen, but that's just what I'm getting. And they're asking you to look at this, challenging times. Reach out during the challenging times because there is help available to you. Okay, there is help available to you. There is a community. So for those of you in connection or communication with your divine masculine, reach out. Get some things off your chest. Allow them to help you. And for a lot of you, that's a big wound. Like for me, like asking my masculine for help or telling my masculine what's wrong, that is like, I find that very, very difficult because if I don't get the right reaction, and the right reaction for me would be essentially mothering, which is unhealthy because he's not my mother. So it's like a double-edged sword there. I'm like, you know what, it's easier. I go away and isolate because I'm like, it's easier for me to deal with it myself because I don't know, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get the right reaction that's going to help soothe me or help me through these challenging times. Also, with the mother wound there, whenever I needed help, whenever I would reach out to my mum and ask for help, she would always deflect it, put it back on her and how much she's struggling, how much she's suffering. So eventually in my teenage years, I learned not to ask for help. So that's also why asking for help and accepting help, it's really asking for help. I can accept help, but asking for help is the tough thing here. Look, this girl on Seek the Truth, she's got braids too. That's really interesting. One braid. Okay. Please continue clarifying to my masculine. Just one at a time. Flow. So as you continue to flow through these feelings and through these emotions, the truth will come. So the way that you can seek the truth that you need to help you through these challenging times and to reach out is to flow, is to continue to be in flow. So divine masculine, how can those of us who really have trouble asking for help, reach out to our masculines and ask for help? Because I feel like that's really what the message is here. Release. So it's going to be through a period of releasing that wounding. And how do we release that wounding? Release the need to lead. And I think that will help. Divine Feminine, continue to lean back into your femininity and release the need to be the one that's leading energetically or even physically, okay? Because that will help you sink into a more feminine archetype, which is the energy of yin, which is receiving. And it will make you feel a little bit more comfortable asking for help. Third eye chakra. Yeah, you're going to see things from a different perspective. All right. Love and win or lose. Okay, so let me read this win or lose card because I haven't seen that. Okay, so the key words are disagreement, ego, detach, and love. So they're all very different things. Okay, so I feel like what this is saying is the divine masculine is like, don't be afraid to your inability to reach out and ask me for help is one from fear and trauma, but it also makes you think that you're going to lose me. That's what the divine masculine is saying. The divine masculine is saying you think that you're going to lose the love or you're going to lose any good emotions or good times that we're currently in. Like you don't want to ruin anything. Walking on eggshells, essentially. It's people pleasing. But it's not necessarily, from my point of view, for me anyway, I'm not people pleasing for them. It's for me. So essentially, in a way, it's a little bit of a manipulation tactic without malicious intent, but it's a little bit of a manipulation tactic to keep the peace so as not to disrupt my own stability because of my mental health issues. Right now I have very zero tolerance or capacity for any type of instability emotionally or in my relationship. But this is what the Divine Masculine is asking us to release, okay? And the way we do that, at this time, be cautious about letting your ego trick you into acting in your own self-interest, especially at someone else's expense. If another person is trying to provoke you, do your best to remain detached. Solve disagreements in a way that makes everyone a winner. Find the middle ground where each person yields just a little bit, but just enough. Let love be your guide in dealing with conflicts around matters of the heart. In the end, it's not winning that matters, it's the love. So, and you know what's really beautiful about that is this love card comes directly after that. So the Divine Masculine is very clearly saying here, when you're struggling, ask me for help, okay? Because there are things that need to be released there when it comes to feeling confident enough to ask for help. This is one of those things, Divine Feminine, that we're going to have to do and we're going to have to face. And at first, it might not look victorious. I'm not saying that your Divine Masculine is going to be against you, but they might, because you're not in a place that's comfortable with asking for help, they're not going to be in a place that, well, they might not be in a place that is comfortable to do something for you. And that doesn't mean they don't love you. It means that, you know, they could have grown up in a family where they had to be the one to do everything. So it might feel like pressure to them. But the more that you understand that, you understand that it's not a direct attack on you. And, you know, try not to tell yourself things like, oh, but, you know, like, he should know, he's my Divine Masculine. You know, they should know that I'm not trying to put pressure. And what do you mean? Like, I've been guided to ask for help or guided to reach out to my Divine Masculine to help with this. Them feeling pressure is for them to feel so that they can release that. They're not going to be able to release that until they feel that pressure. So this is one of those moments where I just saw 2222. This is one of those moments where it's absolutely necessary for them to feel that pressure. It's absolutely necessary for you to feel that discomfort in asking for help or that anxiety, because only together can it be released. That's a big one. Okay. And look, at the end, joy and stability comes as a result. And whatever you do, don't forget, whatever work you do on releasing that anxiety and that discomfort of asking for help or reaching out to your masculine in times of need, in challenging times, any work that you do toward that, they will naturally do work to release that pressure and be there for you in a way where they understand it's not the same as in their childhood. You're not putting pressure on them. You're not trying to enmesh them. That's just how it goes in true twin dynamics. True twin dynamics, what you do, the other will do. Whatever work you do, the other will do as well. It's just cause and effect. Okay, control, nurture, and feeling alone. Yeah, this is also Divine Masculine saying you can't control the way in which I nurture you just because you're scared of being alone or because you feel alone. It's not authentic that way. And we need to have this place of, you need to confront this, because having genuine and authentic nurturance from me as a Divine Masculine to you, Divine Feminine, that love and nurturance, that can't come in when you're attempting to meet that childhood self need through a place of feeling alone because you're feeling alone. And not controlling that doesn't mean that you will feel alone, but taking a different approach will get that need met. Wow, this is a very clear reading. I haven't had a clear reading like this. Yes, seek something different. Seek a different way of handling this. Opportunities beckon, so look for it. And the opportunity here is this win or lose thing, remember? being willing to face that which feels uncomfortable and gives us anxiety in order to, which is reaching out, asking for help, letting your divine masculine know that you're having a hard day or that you're struggling with something, in spite of having to witness them feel that pressure and maybe recluse a bit or maybe detach a bit. Knowing that that might happen and that might be a possibility, but it's necessary for you to do this so that you can release the anxiety that comes with that, so that they can release the pressure that comes with that and come toward you and be there for you in the way that they want to be, but have felt inhibited or have felt that they couldn't because of their past trauma. So it's like trauma against trauma. And when you don't do that, when you continue to play smaller, when you continue to hold back and not reach out, you're doing not only them a disservice, but you a disservice, both of you, your connection and your union a disservice, because no growth is happening. No growth is happening. You're both staying small. You're both staying safe. And I want to say as well, it's okay if right now in this moment, you don't feel safe enough to do that. That is absolutely okay. I've put little things like this off for the last 2 months because I really didn't, it felt really unsafe for me to do that. I want you to know that is okay. But as long as you are aware that this is the way through, and as long as you are aware that there will come a time where you will feel brave enough, you will feel safe enough to do this, to step forward and face that. There will be a time, I promise you. And it's okay if that time is not right now, but as long as you know that, and as long as you are aware of that, and as long as you accept that, it will be okay. And you can come back to it. Trust. There will be a time where you feel safe enough to trust, this is the full, to begin a brand new cycle, to trust that you can do this, you can face this, you can reach out and ask for help, and you can survive, or you can, face seeing your divine masculine retreat or go within, or, take some time to process what he's feeling, or, to see that he is visibly under pressure, but maybe doesn't tell you that. That's the thing that eats me up the most in my connection, is when I can tell that there's something wrong and he doesn't feel safe enough to do the same thing and tell me. So this is why this needs to happen, because it's crunch time and the connection is really needing to move forward now, but it can't until we do this. So the anxiety is going to keep coming up. The pressure on their end is going to keep coming up until the divine feminine. So the divine masculine initiates these lessons, okay, by bringing up something in the 3D, by triggering us. And the divine feminine takes the first step to doing it so that the divine masculine can. And that way, people think it's unequal. It's not, because the divine masculine is actually stepping first, really. The divine masculine is going first by being willing to be the one to trigger in the 3D. The divine feminine responds to that with healing. And then the divine masculine responds to that healing with healing themselves. That's naturally how it fucking goes. And I love that. I love that so much. But people have a little bit twisted, I think. They think that, oh, why am I always the one? You're not always the one going first. The divine masculine is by being the one to trigger. And I just want to say that the triggering that's happening isn't, I'm not talking about, anything that is completely unsafe. This is everything that is uncomfortable, sure, but it's not going to put you in danger. And if they are, that's not a divine masculine. That's not your twin flame, okay? I'm going to leave that there. Look, we've got heart chakra on the bottom, okay? Heart chakra on the bottom. This is heart chakra awakening, heart chakra opening, okay? This is heart chakra healing. All right, my guys, if you have any questions, my guys, why did I say that? Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you would like a reading, I have a bunch of twin flame readings to choose from, or a bunch of just regular different kinds of readings. I'm actually running a sale right now on my website. The link is in my bio. So if you would like to grab a reading with me, or if you'd like to go deeper in anything like this, head to the link in my bio. If you're watching on YouTube, head to the link in the description. Don't forget to follow me here subscribe, like, and follow me on Instagram too. The Instagram link will always be in my bio or down in the description. Have a wonderful day, guys.